loves, and we're back again with another video. So this one is going to be a sit down video talking about my semester this year, my senior year with COVID. So let's get into the video. So first, if you don't know already, I'm from New Jersey and I go to school in Connecticut, and I came to college studying health sciences with concentration in pre-pharmacy with the plan to go to pharmacy school, get the white coat, all of that. I realized this semester that I don't really want to go to pharmacy school, don't really want to be a pharmacist. That was kind of one of those like things you're pursuing because it sounds good. You're not really motivated for it, but you're like, oh, maybe I'm just not trying hard enough in the classes. Let me put more energy into that. And then I realized like I don't want to do that. So I changed my major. Well, my major is the same, the concentration was just taken out. So yes, now I'm health sciences major. Cool. So with health science classes, science classes, as you expect, senior year I'm taking microbiology. I'm also taking physics and a bunch of health science courses that are required for graduation, some of which really shouldn't have to take, but it is what it is. So first off, classes and everything. So microbiology was a drag. So my professor would do this thing where he just decided he wasn't going to do lectures. Like the class wasn't hybrid. It wasn't, oh, you know, we meet 2 times a week for an hour and 15 minutes. It was, you know, I'm going to post up, 3 chapters, and I'm going to post it every like once a month. And then I'm just going to tell you one day that we have an exam next week. And for me, that does not work. Like I need a lecture. I need to ask you questions during class. I need to, have more material than just the slides and you talking in the background. Like I need an actual lecture. So I expressed that to the lab professor because she also teaches that course, and she's like, yeah, I understand, there's this and this and this, we have tutors, and the class just did not work for me. I did not need it anymore because I wasn't a pre-pharmacy student, so I dropped the class, to be honest. A lot of my friends, some of them had classes that were in person. I definitely would have preferred that, especially since there's only like 7 of us in the class, but it is what it is. And next, so I was taking physics. Learning it virtually is a hot mess. Like I would again have preferred to take the class in person. With COVID and everything, extremely difficult, but end of the class, so I don't have my grades yet, but I feel like I passed the class. I feel like the hardest thing was just keeping up with assignments, and physics in general is a class with like a lot of math and stuff, so math isn't my favorite subject. I can do what I have to do in order to pass class, but again, it is not my favorite, so that was difficult. But I think just like motivation in general with COVID is really low, so keeping that up and trying to go to the lectures and ask questions, all of that was difficult, and it had to be something I had to force myself to do. So next, I was taking another health science class. So this one, it was based on us like analyzing data and papers, scientific papers, and basically we just had presentations every week. That was my presentation class. I hate presentations. So I remember my first presentation, I was literally like stuttering and stuff, and I was just like, ew, I don't like this, I want to drop the class. I said it anyways, and towards the end he was like, oh, you've improved so much, like you're doing so good. And he never took off any points because like I couldn't talk. He just would be like, oh, like organize your data a little bit better, or don't put too much stuff on the slides. And it made sense, and learned a lot from that class as far as with like presenting and stuff, because that's important. Next I had community nutrition. So that class, so that was one of those classes where the professor would just talk, and she just wants you to retain all the information. And it's a professor that she admitted it was her first time teaching in the class, so we have like a portal where they post assignments, they put announcements, and we're able to join the classes through Zoom. And Shawty would just not post assignments, but she would message it to us. So for me, I can keep track of assignments like that. Like I don't know I have anything due when you messaged it to me. Like the homework portal that we have, like there's due dates. Every time you log in, you see on the side that there's due dates. And Shawty was just messaging stuff to me, and it just became a class I did not want to go to because I'm literally just talking at me. You're not really talking with us. You're not really trying to start conversation or discussion in the class. Like you're literally just talking at me, and you're just like, yeah, so this is what the information is. Write a paper on this, this, and this. Like, go. And I'm just like, that's not how this works for me. There's a point in the beginning of the semester that she gave us a quiz, and the quiz was like 45 questions, and she gave us like 30 minutes to do it. And I'm like, why would she give us such a short amount of time when she knows it's mad questions? And everybody at the end was just like, oh, we didn't have enough time, da da da. She's like, oh, my mistake, you know, next time we're gonna do assignments, so you have to type everything up and then submit it. We're not gonna have a timer on it. And I'm like, have you never done this before? So yeah, so that class, the technology really was lacking. And again, with COVID, we need the technology to be working. Like if my internet isn't working, that directly affects on my work. So for her not to understand how to use a homework portal and not understand like the time limits for assignments was like really strange. And I ain't like that. I ain't like that. So next I was taking Capstone because I'm a senior. So for that one, wasn't really difficult. You know, we would read the text and we'll do discussion posts, whatever. Irritating part is just like the group work, but of course for obvious reasons, you know, group work sucks. So next, so like social life. So COVID and all, of course it changes a lot of how we interact with people around us. But I wouldn't say that much change. Like the only thing is like, you know, going out with my friends or wearing masks. Still had a lot of fun. I'll insert some clips of some of the stuff we're able to do. Like of course we weren't able to go bowling or go to the movies or, you know, things like that, but we still had mall trips, we still had game nights. We still spent time with each other. Our school was one of the few schools in Connecticut that, you know, testing was free for everybody. We did have our mandatory testing that was random, but it became a thing where, like, you know, me and my friends were very cautious. We're very anxious about COVID and all of that. So we weren't even going out of our way to, you know, do anything that could affect ourselves, our family, or anybody else. So, you know, like none of my friends ever tested positive. I never tested positive. So we were also like, we're always really cautious with that stuff. So yeah. And some of my lows of the semester was, like I said before, like motivation very low. Like I'm not the type of person where I feel productive sitting in front of a computer all day. Even if it's a job where I have to be in front of a computer all day, I'm not going to feel productive. I'm not going to be productive. So for me to have to log on to a class on my laptop, I'll be honest, some of the times I'm just rolling over and going back to bed, or I'm just on my phone. Like it's hard to be fully engaged when it's online. So for me, that was like a big challenge, is I'm not really motivated in this way. Like I'm not, you know, usually we'll be like, okay, let's go to class, we're gonna do our work, we're gonna write our notes, and then we're gonna review the notes later. It's like I just have to roll over to get it, like to be like in class, to be in class. And you know, my professors are not forcing us to have our cameras on, they're not forcing us to engage with the material, so there's nothing forcing me to really be present, you know. So I feel like that was really difficult. With COVID and everything, it's like everything around you is like catastrophe, because it's just everything around you is just like really dark and sad. It's hard to be like happy and motivated when everything around you is so dark. So that was definitely difficult. Waking up to hearing news of so many things happening, not specifically at my school, but schools around me, or just like in the world in general, was really like hard. And yeah, I'll say those are like definitely like lows for me, because it's just like, how do I keep motivated? Like how do I stay positive? How do I even, you know, do this assignment when it's just like, what's the point? Highs of this semester, definitely being able to just keep going. Like I said before, motivation really low. Being able to keep going, also just being able to like connect with all my friends. Like when they closed everything down in March, it was extremely hard for me to like be present. Like classes were horrible. I went from classes that were in person to professors that did not know how to use Zoom, did not know how to use our homework portal, did not know how to hold office hours. Like it just became really like a real hot mess, okay? A real hot mess. And it's like now I went from like in my room, like my old room, I had like a designated spot for sleeping, watching movies, watching TV, had a designated space for doing my makeup, a designated space for doing my homework, and now it's like my bed is all of the above. So it's like that was difficult because it's like I'm not used to doing my work here. Like mentally I'm rolling over and trying to do assignments, but this is the same place that I watch TV. And my laptop, it's not that hard for me to open another tab and start watching Hulu and convince myself, oh, I can watch Hulu and type up this at the same time, and I know I'm not gonna do it. So that was really difficult. Again, everything around you is really dark. You're hearing sad stories all the time. You're hearing me working in the hospital. I'm seeing the effects of COVID on these people. So that was just extremely difficult to watch because it's just like, realistically, I can't do anything to help them. I can wear my mask, but that helps me, it doesn't help them, you know? So that was really, really hard to go through. So being able to be around my friends and, you know, physically be around them and be around their energy and be around their presence was something that I really, really missed when I was at home, and something that I really, really cherish now being at school. Like I'll provide videos and stuff, but it's always kicking haha, like laughing with my friends. We're always having a good time, always enjoying ourselves. But yeah, so that was something that I definitely missed. Things I didn't like, campus life was really low. Like of course COVID, how do we interact with people going to parties? That's not me. But you know, it was really hard to find things to do on campus. Like me and my friends, we make our own fun, but it's like sometimes we really just be bored, just in the room, just like, dang, there ain't nothing to do. Like another weekend here, like what's next? And we had to again make our own fun. This semester was really good. My grades are coming in slowly. 2 of my classes I have an A so far. I'm hoping that I have B's and higher in the rest of them. But yeah, so COVID of course ruined a lot of fun. It ruined a lot of the vibes. It ruined a lot of like, you know, what I was, you know, used to, this being my college experience. I know, like, especially if I was a freshman, I would be pissed because you literally, how do you make friends? How do I, like, what do I do for fun? Like, you really don't even know the city and stuff. So, and that would have sucked. But comment down below your experience with COVID and going to school, especially those of you that stayed home. Like, how did you feel staying home? Like, did you feel like you missed out? Do you want to come back next semester? For those of you that were on campus, what were your highs, what were your lows? What did you like or not like about your campus? And for those of you that are freshmen, like, how did you make friends? Like, what did you do for fun? Like, how did you make this college experience like a college experience? But lastly, like always, mask up, sanitize, stand 6 feet apart. I be giving people 12 feet sometimes because I need my space. Like, I don't even want you breathing the same air as me. But make sure you guys are being careful, being safe, and taking care of yourselves. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.